What's up, everyone? It's Thursday, October 22nd, and we're here for another episode of Crash and Burn. Welcome, everyone. Tonight is a good night because most of us are already half in the bag. It's going to be a great night, and we have a good show. Maybe. So last week's show, we did a whole bunch of stuff. It was fun. I don't know, we had a bunch of comments and questions all along, and as usual, if you guys want to partake and participate in tonight's show, the best way to do so is to pop over to gunchannels.com/crashandburntv and join our little chat room on there. Most of us are on there talking and chatting, and a good way to ask your questions. If you don't want to do that, hit up the Google Plus and hit the Q&A button and send us your questions. Both places are a good way to send questions for our guest tonight. Tonight our guest is Dax from Cantu Bruner. Am I saying that right?
You got it.
Cool. So welcome to the show. I think we're going to have a good time. I know people are excited to hear about this. So, and while I'm saying that, I want to thank our awesome sponsors for this month for making this possible. Dax from Cantu Bruner is one of them. Our buddy Keybar and 1776 United. Guys have helped us get onto Spreaker, and we're on iTunes, and we are working our way to get onto iHeartRadio. So we thank you all for growing with us, and I think that it's going to be a great ride for everybody. So. The news for tonight is that Erica cannot speak, so she's going to hold up silly notes throughout the night. So, welcome to the show, Erica, as usual, and Mr. Andy, the Great.
Let's do it.
Glenn, he's okay, and Leah, hot, is on the show. Why do I let you guys edit the notes?
It makes it so much better.
I swear I did not write that.
I got accused of writing that.
Well, welcome everybody, as my usual crew. So yeah, today we had the awesome time of going through our books because we have an ATF inspection Monday. So we're trying to catch up everything because nobody's good at paperwork. So. While we were doing that, more importantly, Glenn and I were listening to Hillary Clinton spout off her obnoxious yes on the Benghazi trial thing, which I had to ask a bunch of times what things are, and Glenn's like, I have no idea. Half this stuff they're talking about is they're just using big words to try and get people to not understand it. But what do you think, Glenn? It was total BS, most of it.
It was a bunch of a-holes on one side of the table facing off with a bunch of a-holes on the other side of the table trying to make each other look bad. It was a circus.
Yeah, it was, and it was interesting to see how some of them were, throwing her a bone, and some were totally attacking the hell out of her.
They're all politicians. Well, we should expect nothing less.
Yeah, very true, very true. So, once again, head over to Gun Channel, join our chat, send us your comments. You can also listen on YouTube. You can watch live on YouTube. We were trying to figure out how to get it live on Spreaker. We will have to figure that out eventually to go live on iHeart at the same time. But for now, we're going to upload the podcast to Spreaker the next day, which will flood it out to iTunes, and you will see it pop up in your iTunes as well if you are subscribing there. So there's that. So what did everybody do this week? Andy, what you got going on this week?
Not much. Working this week. Went out hunting one day.
Yeah.
Didn't get any. Saw six deer, but took no shots.
No.
Nope.
Glenn?
I'm pretty sure I'm going to develop carpal tunnel from the paperwork this week.
Yes, that is true.
That's been the week pretty much.
Yeah. Leah, what have you been doing? You haven't been hanging out much at the shop.
No, I've been schooling.
Schooling?
Yes, it's midterms week, so I've had lots of papers and.
Oh, how exciting!
I
You're
know.
in school?
I am.
I didn't know that.
You know, bettering myself. All that shit.
No way.
So yeah, that is what I've been doing. I've been scholarly.
That's funny.
What's Erica been up to?
Oh,
You should know.
you made a sign.
No.
Oh.
I think she only has yes and no signs.
I think so.
I had her pre-make a yes and no, so she at least had that.
That's true. I told her she needed a whiteboard so she can erase and make messages.
I couldn't find one.
Oh no.
Does that register? This is about it. This is as good as it gets, guys.
That's pretty good.
I
That's
don't
not
even
bad.
see like the lights blinking on the sound meter when you talk.
That's why I'm like, do they hear me, or am I just talking to myself?
No, we can hear you.
Yeah,
We can hear you.
Okay.
Can you sing happy birthday to me like that?
Oh damn.
Happy birthday, Mr. Andy.
Never mind.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, so well, we'll get right into drink of the week. I'm finished off my bottle of Four Roses. Sort of disappointed because it's really good. I guess I'll have to get a new bottle. My birthday is coming up, and I do like bottles of whiskey for my birthday. So, Andy, what are you drinking tonight? Something girly again? Milk, right? Milk?
It's a chocolate orange beer. Very heavy, stouty, yummy
By
chocolate
who?
orange. I don't know. My wife got it. I found a growler in my refrigerator, so I kind of emptied her growler. She's not too happy.
Stole her beers.
Mm-hmm. It's Beers of the World is where we got it here in Rochester.
Yeah, they got a ton of stuff there usually. I used to go there a lot. Then there's a new place called AJ's or something that's supposed to have a lot.
That's where the stuff is from.
That's where we got ours from.
Yeah, what are you guys drinking?
Go.
Hipster.
I have, hipster stuff. It's Rootstock Cider Works. I think it's fairly local. It's dry, hard cider. It kind of tastes like champagne. Yeah, it's good. It's good. No, it's good stuff. It's good. I wouldn't lie to you.
It's not good.
Comes in a cake.
It's, I'm drinking Freudian Slip, which is a barley wine, and it's 10.3% alcohol, so that should be fun. But it's really, it's very chocolate syrupy. It kind of tastes medicinal.
Medicinal?
A little bit. Barley wines usually do. They go kind of a little funky into the.
It's disgusting.
Jax, are you still at work? So no beer for you?
I'm still at work. Well, I quit drinking about 9 years ago.
Oh, all right.
So I have a Sprite lemon lime soda, 100% natural flavors with no caffeine.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yes, no caffeine is always good.
That's well for me.
I
I
like it.
operate on anger and convenience store sandwiches. You know.
Oh, that's great. Well, that's cool. So, oh no, I closed my window.
Uh-oh.
As usual, I'm on Amazon shopping tonight too. So throughout the night, I'm gonna pop in and out with cool things that we might or may not buy. But what I closed was the important window that had our sweet questionnaire for Dax.
Uh-oh.
You rocking your Tough Mudder shirt tonight?
I do have my Tough Mudder shirt on tonight. I don't know which one this is. I think this is
I'm
Buffalo.
just gonna just happened to show off with my Tough Mudder shirt and mention that I have other Tough Mudder shirts.
Yeah. I would have worn my bandana.
We all should wear our orange little headbands.
That's true. We gonna get Glenn to do one?
No.
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 I was signed up for the one that was near here, and my sister decided to get married.
Well, you can still do one.
No, I can do another one. The last one I was signed up for was ruined.
Yeah, and that ruins it for life for Glenn. He's never running again.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Take that.
I got kind of in shape for that.
I think there are other events that we can do that would be better and the money well spent otherwise, I think.
Because that goes to Wounded Warrior, right?
A very small portion of it goes to Wounded Warrior, and we know how much Wounded Warrior keeps, and they're all businesses, and I'd rather give it to someone who can use it.
Yeah, I wish there was like local, local stuff that we could do for that.
There is.
There's that ruck one that Andy's doing, which I want to do, but my news story may conflict with it, and we're going to talk about that later.
Yeah. Well, I'll be at my by myself, crying.
I want to segue.
Odin's sitting on my headphone cord. Thank you, Odin, for that. So, all right. Well, let's get into our guest here, Dax from Cantu Bruner Designs, and I first came across it on the Instagrams, and I don't know, we traded the lowers for some pens, and then Erica stole all of them. So they're awesome. But tell me a little bit how you got started, and people kind of want to hear your background, and then I'll pop in and out with some questions. So how did you get into this?
Well, my mom actually sent me a pen that my uncle made back in 2011, and it was made out of 30-06 shell casing. And I always thought, hey, if I had a cool product, I could sell it and make a lot of money, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that was a cool product. So I called my uncle up, and we drove to Oklahoma and spent 2 days in his shop, and he taught me how to turn pens. And the big idea was, we're in Texas, right? So everybody's got a gun in Texas.
Sure.
And there's gun shows everywhere. So we're going to make $1 million at gun shows. The problem with that is that people go to gun shows to buy guns, and they don't go to buy ink pens from a guy that necessarily looks like me. So I learned how to sell, and I learned how to be rejected without throat punching people. Which is, you know what I mean?
No,
because you guys have been to gun shows, and you know how people can be in this.
I even as a guy running a gun store,
sure,
I got it.
Yeah. And
$40 for a pen?
Oh, don't even get me started. I still get that though. I mean, I get that on Instagram all the time, and I'm just like, well, you're not my customer, so bye, Felicia. But so anyway, we did the gun shows for a couple of years and didn't really do anything with it. Didn't make any money. Didn't do this. Didn't do that. But my daughter was here for a visit, and she was on Instagram. You know how teenage girls are on their phone. Don't talk to dad, whatever. And I said, what the hell are you doing? And she goes, it's Instagram, Dad. And I was like, okay, well, what the hell is that? So she showed me, and it just came real easy to network on there for me. I don't know why, but I got hooked up with Austin Weiss. Austin.
Yep.
And it kind of just blew up from there. And then we, networked with Jeremiah Savoy, Bond at Fight Soap, all those guys. And we just broke 46,000 followers on there.
That's awesome. Yeah, I think I've met a lot of my closer friends. Like you and I talk a lot, and everybody on Instagram. We've become this group of people that kind of still looks out for each other, and especially in an industry that seems to eat itself. It's nice to have a good group of people you can kind of fall back on. Even though you don't want to go out there and post like some negative post, but a lot of times it's nice to just text somebody and be like, WTF,
Can you believe this shit?
Right.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah. So, well, that's cool. I'm sure people have seen your videos of doing it. Is it hard was it hard to get the hang of it and to make it come out the way you wanted it to?
Yeah, I've broke thousands of blanks. I mean, when we started, we lived in a 2-bedroom apartment, so I was actually turning pins in a bedroom of a small apartment. And I mean, you worked the lathe before, acrylics and things like that. It just gets everywhere.
Yeah.
But it's what we had to do to get where we are. So, but it took a lot of practice. But like now on a normal bullet pin, say on a ghost pin, I can turn that in under 3 minutes.
Wow.
By hand. So I mean, but I've made thousands of them.
How many do you usually get done in a day? Like, do you pick a certain model and you say, all right, today I'm going to make all those?
We used to do that, but since we moved to the bigger shop and orders have picked up so much, I basically do orders by the day. Okay. So whatever comes in overnight, that's what's getting made today. And if I can get them in, say orders in by 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I can usually get those done the same day.
Wow.
But I can turn if I'm just turning and my wife's doing assembly, we can do 50 pins a day pretty easily.
Cool. What so that's cool that you guys are working together. I mean, Eric and I sort of do the same kind of thing, but now she's doing the stickers and moved over to that. So I got Andy and Glenn helping me, but that's cool that have you expanded to the point where you need people shipping and is it starting to get there?
Well, here's what we do. We've got a lot of family that kind of lined up for that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But Linda and I work here full time. We both left our corporate jobs about a year ago, or last year.
That's awesome.
And my father-in-law will deprime and drill casings for us, and I just pay him by the piece. And my brother-in-law, who's in Tennessee, he does the same thing, but he actually handles the Cerakote and the powder coat for us. So Zach over at Weapon Works, he does our Cerakote work. So Jeremy, my brother-in-law, will he'll do all the drilling and get it ready and then ship it off to him, because that takes a lot of time that I simply don't have.
Yeah.
And but it works out well for us. I mean, he gets a little extra cash, and I don't have to dick with it.
Yeah, and Zach does a great job too. I mean, he's done a bunch of stuff for me, and he's just a great dude.
Yep. Like you got my Punisher pin,
Oh
like,
yeah.
I don't know if you can see that. But to do that with an airbrush and a stencil on a shell casing.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's ridiculous. But,
yeah, and
he does all that stuff.
Of guys, it seems like the guys doing the intricate stuff like that, it's few and far between, I guess. So
yeah.
That you've kind of aligned up, with him and
And he found us on Instagram just like everybody else we do business with.
Yeah. Now, typically, so what kind of products are on the line? You have the regular bullet pens, I think, which everybody's seen. People have seen the flip pens on Instagram, right? That's done out of a 50 cal shell.
50 cal, right? Yeah.
Go ahead.
I actually the bullet pens for me to start with were kind of secondary because I actually like fountain pens. I enjoy using them. I like how they look. I like all those things. Bullet pens pay the bills, but if I want to do an art piece, I'll make a nice fountain pen. But to get as creative as possible on a bullet pen, you're kind of limited in what you can do. So anytime we come up with something new, it's about 60 days or so of trying to figure out how to do it.
Right.
Just because we've done so many. I think I've got over 70 variations on bullet pens on my website right now.
What kind of cartridges are you using for them? It's something people can typically pull out of the Staples or something like that?
For the refills, yeah. It's just a standard cross ballpoint. So when you buy a cross ink pen at Staples, you're getting basically the guts of this pen. So it just simply, you just take it like that, screws right out. That's your refill. Get them for a couple bucks anywhere. Or on my website if you want to buy them from me.
That's cool. I had a question and I can't think of it.
About done with that bottle, ain't you?
I'm getting there. How many would you say? Because there's a lot of pages on your website for different designs. Where would you say as far as how many total designs you're at?
Let's see. I'd say we're close to 100.
That's cool.
Yeah.
What's your best seller?
Ghost pins.
Just is
Black
that the black
and
and carbon?
Yeah.
You got
That
one
was
for
kind
Eric?
of the one that, huh?
That's the one that's in
Erica's
the
got
purse.
the one I think I have.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. She's got them all. She's got that one.
What do you got? You've got the carbon, the Tiffany, and what was the third one we had done?
The Trooper, I think.
Was it?
The white one? Was it the white one?
Burnt bronze, I think. I think you were going to make
Oh,
the
the operator.
the copper one.
Burnt bronze.
Yeah.
I really like the copper. That I think you were running a few amount and a special on one that had like that copper mesh sleeve. That was awesome. So,
Well, we can still do that.
I think people are excited, and I think it's safe to say, and I can say it on the show here, that you and I also talked about me turning some titanium in the shape of a casing, because I think people would go nuts for titanium.
Sure.
Andy and I have talked about it on a daily basis that the guys on like USN and everything, it's titanium is crazy, and look at Mike from Keybar. Everything he sells is titanium.
Sure. Yeah. Well, I think what we would need to do is because all of my pins, the bullet pins anyway, are built around a 7mm tube.
Right.
So that's the key, is that tube. As long as my parts can press into whatever you guys turn, that's as simple as that. It's really easy once you get the shape right. So what I would need to do is probably just send you guys a box full of casings that have been drilled out, so you can have the dimensions that you need.
Yeah, and I can get I can get the right drill bits and everything, and that's cool. So now you've got you mentioned your family. It's you and your wife. You got kids and stuff as well, or
I've got 2 kids. They're up in Oklahoma with their mother, but they come down, to visit and all that. Daughter's 18 years old. She graduates this year.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Was that rough of being a gun guy and down in Texas?
This is it's rough with her anyway. Yeah. You'll just have to look at my Instagram page and see what she looks like.
Yeah.
It's bad. And my son, he's 14. He's in the 8th grade, starting quarterback. He thinks he's going to be a pro.
Cool.
Which is fine. But in his defense, he is a good quarterback. I just don't know if he's going to be big enough. But in his head, he's big enough, so we'll see.
Well, my kids are only 6 and 7 right now, so I've got a lot to look forward to.
Enjoy it.
What do you do outside of this then? What do you got for hobbies? I'm assuming you're into guns, being in Texas and stuff. What else do you do?
Sure. Well, this actually started out as a hobby. I never knew it would get this big. Right now, what we're doing, we bought a little farm out in the middle of nowhere. Our little town we moved to has got 146 people total in it. And yeah, we just moved in about 2 weeks ago. So right now my hobby is mowing all that grass because it's on 9.5 acres. And yeah, it's great though. There is no neighbors. The only neighbor I got's on one side, and it's a cemetery.
And what major town are you outside of? What's near closest big city?
Closest city that you guys may have heard of is Bonham, Texas. It's way up north, close to Paris.
Okay, so you're north of Dallas then.
I'm way north of Dallas, yeah.
Way north.
So my shop is in McKinney, and McKinney is about 40 miles north of Dallas. And
okay.
I'm about another 30 miles further north than that.
Okay, because I remember when I flew into Dallas and I ended up hanging out with like Tony and those guys. I texted you, but you did say you were about an hour from anywhere close.
Yeah, at that time we were at our house in Anna, so I was probably a good at least an hour from where you were.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, we
How's
like
the
to
hog
go
hunting near you?
It's really good.
Mike, we're going.
Yeah, we're going.
So, my father-in-law actually has a farm down in Corsicana, Texas, and he's got a lot of hogs down there. He just does whatever to get them out. So
yeah, Yeah, I forget who I was talking to about going down a trip down to Dallas again. It was probably those same guys that, those are the same Instagram guys. There's a lot of guys that seem to be in Dallas. Hellbent's down there, and all those guys. I think we'd have a good time making some rounds. Making contacts and making rounds for people and seeing that. So. What do you think you got going in the future then? What's next? Just more of the more designs of the pens? You got any cool ideas coming out?
Well, that's something that I wanted to talk to you guys about. That I think I brought it up months ago, maybe even a year ago, about a tactical pen design that's in my head. That basically it boils down to if you can turn me a 5.5-inch spike out of aluminum, then you can make what I want.
Yeah, I don't think that'll be a problem. And I know Andy and I have talked about working on like a Kickstarter, get people to get in on this early so they can get a discount on a good product, but at the same time it helps fund the correct machinery we would need for it. Maybe make things a little easier, which is cool. And I like that side of Kickstarter. I like that more so than like the GoFundMe project. That's like, hey, send me money.
Right.
It's like, hey, here you're actually getting something at a discount, but here's where your money's going to.
Right. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, that'll. We'll have to fly down and we can kind of brainstorm and think of some stuff. I know you mentioned fountain pens, which I think are awesome too. Erica knows I can't go to Staples without buying a pens. I love pens, so I think that's cool.
When you come, I'll show you my collection.
Very cool. I think I'm sure Glenn and Andy would be down for a trip to Texas for sure.
Yeah, y'all come on down.
So what's the best way for you people to get a hold of you then? I mean, obviously there's the website they can buy pens. Follow you on Instagram, the Cantu Bruner, and what else? Facebook, good ways to get a hold of you.
Yeah, Facebook. Actually, Facebook's a little easier if you want to actually get me. Instagram, people kind of get lost in the shuffle because I can only see so many at a time. So if you're trying to get me on there, it's it's a coin flip. But Facebook's fairly easy. If you want to email through the website, that's usually the best way because Linda will field those emails. If I need to jump in there, I will. But usually it's customer service issues that I'm really not the best guy to handle because I'm just like, God dang, man. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I do have a Twitter, but it's kind of secondary to me.
I'm sure you get plenty of the "Where's my pen" emails, just like the rest of us get.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Or my favorite is my refill quit working after 6 weeks. This thing's a piece of shit. I'm like, well, send it back then.
Yeah. If you don't want it, if you don't want it, we don't want you to have it either.
That's right. Well, in fact, I'm doing a giveaway on Instagram right now because a guy returned a pen to me with a note saying it had obvious wear, and so I pulled it out and the thing's brand new, didn't have a scratch on it. So I'm giving it away to somebody who will appreciate it.
Yeah, we did that once with a color fill. We had a guy that didn't like a color fill in a lower that Erica did. She spent like an hour on this like 3-color color fill in a lower, and he was like, there's a little bit of bleeding, and we're like, do you understand that color fill's done with like oil pastels? Like, what don't you get? And so we were like, all right, forget it. We're doing it as a giveaway, and some lucky guy loves it,
Sure.
So
oh yeah.
That's very cool. I'm glad to see you're kind of like-minded in that respect for sure. So, well, that's good. What any last things that you wanna tell people that's coming out? About the product.
Well, we've got some. Actually, what's really exciting right now is we're working with a new powder coat guy because some of the Cerakote stuff, like the lighter colors, didn't seem to be as durable. Because like with Zach will double coat some of this stuff on these custom color mixes that he does for me, and it's fantastic. But like on the white Cerakote, it would just disappear. It was crazy. But so we went to this powder coat. I was showing you guys this before we came on. That's the new purple.
Yeah.
I know, Erica.
Here she goes.
Look. Oh, hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. There's 6 different options.
Look at all the purple.
I bet purple and black would be delicious, right, Ari?
I see my Christmas present, Mike.
Like that?
All right.
Purple and black. Right there.
Yes. That's
We
yeah.
just need Dax. We need Dax to build more guns. I think the last lower we sent down went to your father-in-law.
It did, and you know what? We need to figure out how he wants to finish that thing off because it's just sitting there right now. I'll get with him. We'll work it out. It'll be fun.
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll get you more parts, or maybe we'll do a couple giveaways with you get what you deserve on the lower again.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, that'll be cool.
Well, I wear it every day.
You got that, and Erica ran you off a bunch of stickers, I think, a while back.
She did. It's weird. They go in spurts selling those things. But I mean, the design's cool. I mean, I even got it tattooed on me.
Ah, that's cool.
It's good when you go to Walmart, people don't talk to you.
Hawkeye on Gun Channel says add a show all to the website. So you can probably, I'm assuming he means so you can look at a single page of everything at once.
Okay.
Good suggestion. I think people, want to sometimes look at everything at once, scroll through fast, and kind of see what catches their eye.
Got it.
Andy or Glenn, you guys got anything for Dax? Questions?
Rifle or pistols, Dax?
Rifle.
I think everyone in Texas.
I grew up on a horse farm in Oklahoma, and our horses were somewhat expensive, and we had a bunch of coyotes that would run through. So my background in shooting was actually killing coyotes in the field.
Nice.
We used the old lever action 30-30 rifles.
Were you anywhere near Fort Sill?
No, I was way up north, north of Tulsa.
I did some artillery in Fort Sill. It sucked.
Did you? Yeah.
We had a blizzard in Oklahoma. Who goes to a blizzard? I mean, we had like 18 inches of snow in Oklahoma. It was terrible.
It gets crazy. Yeah.
Isn't that's like Tornado Alley where you are too, right, Dax?
Yeah, I went through about, I think, 5 tornadoes when I was younger up there. Nothing ever really hit where we were, but I was close enough to see it.
Yeah.
That kind of sucked, but.
What do you think of that clock kid? I saw you put in your notes here. Is that close to where you are? I know.
I hate that kid.
It's getting worse too.
Now he's moving to Qatar.
Yeah.
Qatar, Bahrain, or something.
He chose that over MIT. What the fuck?
Yeah. That blows my mind. That shows you that it wasn't really a technical,
We're talking about the clock kid. I had to tell Linda we were talking about the clock kid.
Is she gonna get all heated?
She doesn't like him either.
Well, that's cool. Well, I really appreciate you coming on the show. I think we had a bunch of people say they were excited to hear about the product, and they're very happy with it. We get a lot of people that are interested in this, and really the whole goal of Crash and Burn is for all of us to just kind of BS with each other. But I want to promote products like you and these guys that we know on Instagram, because I've had a lot of people shout my stuff out, and I think I've gained a lot from having the right friends on Instagram and knowing the right people. So it's sort of like us giving back.
Yep, that's what Instagram's all about, really. I mean, it's a great community, but like you say, you've always got those that are not going to go your way or what have you. But whatever.
I'm sure we've both seen it, and I think we got one last question on gun channels. Will the Fisher Space Prens, the pressurized one, will they work?
There is, if you go to the Fisher website, I don't carry them because for me to resell them would be too expensive.
Mm-hmm.
But if you go to the Fisher website, there is an adapter for a cross refill mechanism that will work in the bullet pins. Yes.
Okay.
Nice.
And they're basically.
It's just a car. Okay. My wife's telling me in the background that it's correct. Linda was just telling me there is a pressurized refill on the Fisher website that will work. So.
Okay. Cool.
Yep.
Right, well, that is for who is that? That was for Pete, I think, that asked that on Gun Channels.
Dax, you do free shipping?
I do free shipping within the continental U.S. We do offer, priority shipping, FedEx, and all that. You'll have to pay for that. But if it's regular United States Postal Service first class, I'll send it for free.
Well, I just ordered my pen, and I noticed it was free shipping, so we're good to go.
And that was a $40 pen. He ordered the operator.
Yes, I did.
Nice.
So Dax, I saw on your website you do custom orders.
Sure.
if I were to send you brass from my gun, could you do it with my own brass?
Well,
As long as it's 308.
Oh yeah.
If
Yeah,
Glenn
we do-
and Andy you wanted to get together and get Mike a birthday present, that's possible.
I would fill that order and charge them double.
Yeah.
But so anybody could, if they had special brass from a hunt or something,
Sure.
they could send it to you.
We've done brass from hunts. We've used the rack, the antler to make an end for pins. We do 21 gun salute pins. So if you've got a loved one that had a 21 gun salute and you'd like a pin made from that brass, we do that. It's not really something that we advertise, just because I don't like putting it out there that much. But if that's something that people want, we're glad to do it. Which is kind of unique for us. I do have a couple of competitors, but most of those guys won't touch that because once you drill into it, you're done. If you mess it up, you can't replace it.
Yeah.
But like I say, I've done a ton of them, sadly, but it's a nice thing for people to carry around and remember them by.
Definitely. No, I think that's cool. Well,
That's cool.
so for anybody out there, make sure you hit Dax up at it's Cantu Bruner Designs on Instagram, right? Full everything.
Full on, yeah. It's long as hell, but that's what we came up with.
And I noticed on the Facebook, if you guys search for it, make sure you put the space between Cantu and Bruner. It'll come up faster on to find their page. So go like their page, go follow them on Instagram, and for any questions, hit them up or hit us up, and we'll get you to Dax. Well, I appreciate you being on the show. You said you got a long drive home, so we'll let you get going if you like.
Yeah, we're still moving, so we got to get the heck out of here, I think.
No worries. Well, thank you very much, and I think everybody enjoyed hearing about it for sure.
Well, if nothing else, my accent gets a lot of laughs.
Hey, Dex, are you going to a SHOT Show this year?
You know what? It's a possibility. That time of year for us is really crazy because we'll probably do 60-70% of our yearly business in the next 2 months. Yeah. So if I don't get slammed too bad, that is the plan.
Cool.
The plan is to be there.
Very cool.
So, but I'll let everybody will know if I'm going well in advance on Instagram.
Yeah, well, keep us updated
because I like to tell
we throw
people.
a party too, so we gotta have you there.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I expect an invite regardless.
Absolutely.
So.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I'll show up with my Sprite.
I like it. That's okay. You don't have to drink to have a good time with us. I mean,
Absolutely.
there's most of the time we don't.
Every day.
You can laugh at us.
By God. I'll video it. I will make you Insta famous.
That's right. We'll have Dax handle all the camera stuff for the night.
There you go.
Cool. Well, once again, I really appreciate it. And, if anybody, like I said, if anybody has any questions, hit any of us up from the group and we'll pass it on to Dax, or hit Dax up directly. We'll have to do. Maybe, Andy, we'll pick up a pen and give it away on one of the shows, and one of the future shows.
I'll just send you one. Don't worry about it. I'll send it to you.
Well, I think that'll be great. People will be excited.
I meant to do it for this one, but man, I had that $25 sale, and it was like about to kill me.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah.
Oh, I missed that one.
Yes, you did.
Well,
that's all right.
What we got up next is we got guns and gear. So once again, thank you, Dax, for being on the show. And if you got to slip out, let us know, and we'll catch you in the future for sure.
All right, guys, I'm gonna hit it. I got to get to Gober, Texas.
Oh man. All right. Well, you have a safe drive and everything, and we'll catch you later, buddy.
All right, guys. Thanks for having me. Bye.
Cool. Well, that was cool. Andy, what you got for gear tonight?
Holy shit! What do I got?
Yeah, what do you got? You're first on the list.
I know. I got a hatchet.
Okay.
You guys know anything about hatchets? I bet Glenn knows.
I don't know anything about them, but I have like 6 tomahawks.
I know a couple things about hatchets.
Wait, I'm on Amazon.
Oh.
Okay, if you're on Amazon, look for the Gransfor Brooks.
There's a Fiskars X7.
Anyway, the Gransfor is like the Mac Daddy of camp axes, if anybody knows about them.
Oh, yeah.
Made in Switzerland. Nice, precious. Sweden.
Mm-hmm.
Sweden, Swiss.
It's not on Amazon.
They're not?
Yeah, the spelling is crazy.
There's an umlaut over the U.
Yeah, no, it's over the A.
I searched for hatchet, and it's not on Amazon.
Hang on,
it's not a hatchet. It's a camp axe. It's a wilderness camp axe, I believe.
So it's not hatchet. Camp axe.
They go for, they're like $125 for a little camp axe.
$125?
That's just their little one.
I can't spend Erica's money on that.
For the full sizes, they get. Oh, Erica can't say that. She can't say that. But listen, no, you don't have to buy that one right now. They have Wetterlings. Erica has her sign up that says no.
All right, I'll search for something else to spend.
They have cheaper ones. You can get Wetterlings, which are like around $110 for a nice camp axe. Or you can get this cool Husqvarna. If anyone knows what they look like, it looks just exactly like the Gansfor.
Husqvarna is in the outdoor company?
Yeah.
As in the saw company.
Yeah. Very, 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 very similar to the higher end axes. These are $36 Amazon Prime. I wouldn't be afraid to leave it outdoors, but I looked at them and there's a few differences. It's a little bit thicker, a little bit heavier, but I think for $40 these things are awesome. So if you look, and they're made, I think Wetterling was making these and putting the Husqvarna logo on them. They're made in Swiss also.
Oh my God!
What?
A brick mug?
Anyway, that's my gear tonight. If you're looking for a nice camp axe, this can replace 89.6% of all your work in your camp.
Oh yeah, a hatchet does a lot of things better than a knife does. Yeah, let's please.
Our guy VF Gunrunners wants to know when he can be on the show. So, Erica, hit him up. Let's get him on the schedule. Are we done for 2015? Are we booked?
We have one more date, and I'm waiting for a couple of people to get back to me.
What's the only open date that's not waiting for anybody?
That's not waiting for anybody?
Yeah.
None for this year.
None.
We're totally booked. Yeah.
All right.
If they all show up.
I was waiting to hear on Hunter.
Oh. Well, if you haven't heard back from Hunter, let's get VF in there if he's interested, and then
Hunter's hot and he's in.
Hunter can wait till 2016.
I've already got some people booked, actually, even in 2016.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, for all you guys going to SHOT Show, make sure you find us, because we're going to be doing a live show.
That's the one that's open. Yeah.
And we encourage you all to come hang out with us and do shots and drink beer and hang out, because it's going to be a total SHOT show. Get it?
A live
studio there. You see what I did there?
A live studio audience.
Yeah, live studio audience with clapping.
Hence the house, guys. Come on, where have you been?
What?
Hence the house, you guys.
Right,
where the heck has everybody been?
We can only have, 25 people in the house, though?
Yeah. I think that's enough for a live
That's a
studio
decent-sized
audience.
audience.
How many people can we have in the yard?
It's
That's
the
true.
cars
Did they
outside
mention
the house.
yard?
They did not, but
If they all take Uber, it's cool.
Oh, I can't wait to take an Uber. Oh, you can't take an Uber in Vegas. They're banned there, too, I think.
Well, that's ridiculous.
All right, so that was my gear. I'm done.
So Andy, you have your axe for the Pizza Man.
Are we doing axe throwing, or are we doing the lumberjack?
This is what a Glen size hatchet looks like.
What's the Glen size?
You guys, Glenn made that.
Is that a full axe?
Yeah, this is a full Michigan pattern axe. I actually rescued this from a garage sale.
So like a full axe is a Glen hatchet.
Pretty much.
All right, I like it.
This has a 38-inch handle, which is 6 inches longer than standard.
All right, what do you got for gear tonight, Glenn?
Let me put my giant axe down.
Yeah, put the axe down before I ask you a question.
And I'll pick up my rifle. Tonight I did my Safari Ching sling, and I swear it's not racist.
That's really racist.
So the Ching sling is named after, I cannot remember, I think his name was Eric Ching, but I can't remember his first name. But the traditional Ching sling is actually a traditional leather sling connected in the front, the rear, and right in the center of the rifle. It has 3 straps. And this is Galco's take on it, where it's just 2 straps with a bar in between, but you can loop your arm through it and actually brace your rifle with the sling. For those of us that were taught how to shoot with a loop sling in the Army or the Marines, it's kind of like that, except for it's a lot faster to get into and out of. And you can get them for about $70, and they really do help with braced long shots, like offhand while standing with a bolt gun. They're not the best for like an AR because the mag gets in the way, but with a bolt action, they're great.
When you do 3-gun bolt action shooting?
When you do 3-gun bolt action shooting. I'm excited. I want to do another one like that.
Do you want to show them
How I sling up?
Yeah.
Are you wearing pants?
I am wearing pants, but I can do it while I'm sitting. Put your arm through the sling, and then you lock it down as high up in the armpit as you can, so you can actually brace it. I can actually hold the rifle with one hand in my shoulder, but it's pretty nice. And I run that on my scout rifle. So that's what I had for tonight.
I tried to have something tonight, but it was a piece of shit.
Okay. Good talk. Good talk.
Sorry.
I was gonna bring our new PDW, Glenn. That's Guns and Gear.
You gotta get file the paperwork first.
24 hours. I probably already did it, but here's another cool shot of the new Hexacon Zero coming out.
No, I don't think you did it yet.
I haven't done it yet. I must have. Probably in one of the earlier shows before you were on. I talked about it, but I'm excited about doing that. The end. Well, I'll take a minute here before we pop it over to Glenn for Gunsmith Corner. Thank you again, sponsors, Cantu Bruner Designs, 1776 United, and Keybar. Great guys helping us out. Check out their websites. Grab their stuff, keybar.us, CantuBrunerDesigns.com, and 1776united.com, I believe. Check those guys out. If you have a company and you're interested in helping us out, get on iHeartRadio and all kinds of cool stuff, or even if you just want to give something away on our show, hit Erica up. Find her on Facebook or Instagram at Erica Santola, or look her up on Facebook. She will be your contact for that. That would be awesome if you want to jump onto that. So, Glenn, what do you got for Gunsmith's Corner tonight?
I'm going to talk about short barrels and accuracy. Actually, before I get into that, I'm going to answer Robbie's questions from Gun Channels.
Okay.
He was asking if the Ruger uses AR magazines. It doesn't. It uses a modified AICS magazine, so the same magazines that like the AI stocks and pretty much all the precision bolt guns use. And I personally run the waffle pattern mags, not the factory Ruger. I brain freezed on that one. I did it as a gear a few weeks ago. Alpha Industries magazines. I run those.
Is that the mag you've got in there now?
Yes. But so I had a couple people. I hear this one a lot working at a gun counter and being a gunsmith. I shoot a lot of short barrel guns. My scout rifle's got a 16.5 inch. My precision rifle's got a 16.5 inch barrel.
Bro, do you even SPR?
I do shoot a couple SPRs, but most of my guns I have in my house are just 16.5. But so I always hear the first thing everybody always says when they see my guns with these short barrels is, how much accuracy do I lose with those short barrels?
We actually get that question a lot.
Oh yeah, you'll see it with people talking about 16-inch ARs and all that.
Yeah, well, just ARs 16 versus 14.5. That's like they're like, well, I want something super accurate, so I need 18 inches. So
yeah,
lay some knowledge on us.
I need some of those big 20, 24-inch target barrels.
Right.
So I couldn't find the exact study, but the Army did a study back in the 50s, and in fact, a website. Which one? I got it right here. Rifleshooter.com did a couple experiments where they compared the actual accuracy of different lengths of barrel on the same gun, and there is no accuracy difference for most cartridges as long as the barrel is about 7 inches long. If you think about it, rifling starts right at the beginning of the barrel, and the bullet spins right away. So why should it spin any better after a long barrel? And that's what gives you your accuracy. What does change with a shorter barrel is you lose velocity. Velocity can make it harder to shoot, but it doesn't make it less accurate. And the thing with, I think a lot of it comes from handguns. Mike and Andy, you both know. A shorter barrel handgun is a lot less accurate. Little belly guns and all that. That is actually the sights being closer together, not the barrel being shorter.
Agreed.
So.
And the trigger and a lot messes it up.
Well, yeah, a lot of those little pocket guns have terrible triggers.
Yeah.
But for most rifle cartridges, 308, 300 Win Mag, all those, as long as the barrel's 6 or 7 inches long, it's going to be an accurate gun. It's just going to have a lot less velocity. Rifle Shooter, actually, what they did is they took a 24-inch barrel 300 Win Mag, and they shot it. They tested like 4 or 5 different not calibers, but cartridges from Federal, Winchester, a couple other brands, and they shot groups with it and tested velocity, and they cut off an inch of the barrel between the groups with a Sawzall. So they were shooting groups with like a hacksaw, Sawzall cut crown that was not what you or I would ever put on a gun. And the third smallest group they shot was actually with a 17.25-inch barrel. They shot much larger groups with 19, 20, 22-inch barrels. The only barrels that shot less were a 22 and a 23, but everything was less than 1.5 inches except for one group.
Wouldn't it all be with the acoustic harmony in the barrel, though? I mean, each one would be absolutely different, and it would.
So the harmonics of the barrel do change when you get a shorter barrel. So it's.
But that might be good, depending on what round you're shooting.
There is every barrel and every single barrel. You could have 2 barrels come off the same machine right back to back, and every single barrel has a sweet spot. And every barrel that might be 22 inches for one barrel, the next barrel might be 23 inches. And that's just a harmonics thing. But we're talking about 1/10 of an inch, not a 1/2 inch or a 3-inch group.
I can do a lot with 1/10 of an inch, though.
Most of us can't shoot that well.
We're talking about shooting.
Yeah. But like I routinely shoot with this 16.5-inch Remington 700 I built in 308. It's routinely under a 1/2 inch groups. It's plenty accurate. I'm just losing about 220 feet per second over a good 25-inch long or 24-inch long barrel. But this gun is real easy to lug around for a heavy barrel. I mean, Mike and Nanny, you both played with it. It's a lot easier to lug around than most target rifles.
Definitely.
So.
I always play with it.
Yeah. So basically, short barrels are not less accurate. They're just a little slower.
Now, you just got that new chronograph. I bet it would be cool to actually do some proof of concept, especially on the AR platform, since that's what we build and we sell. Or even some of our bolt guns. Be like, all right, look, here's a actual hard data, 16 versus 14.5, or 16 versus 10.5, since we build SWAT guns, or on a bolt gun, 24-inch versus 16-inch,
Oh yeah, I would love to. Probably my next personal gun I'm going to build is probably going to be a 6.5 Creedmoor, and I'm going to start that barrel out nice and long, and I'm going to cut it back to where the gun feels good, and I'll test it as I cut it back.
That's a good idea. I actually want to do a 6.5 Creedmoor out of our AR-10 stuff. That
would be really fun.
Yeah.
If people do want to see some really hard data, rifleshooter.com actually did this with a 223, a 300 Win Mag, and a 308.
Really?
And they saw the 308 off with a chop saw, and they used a Sawzall on the other 2 guns. It's pretty brutal, but they all shot velocity data and groups for the 308, the 300 Win Mag and the 308, so you can actually see how those guns shot, even with rough, chopped off barrels.
We should totally do that.
The link is up on
something we would do.
I mean, they had a 16.5-inch 300 Win Mag, which, can you imagine the muzzle blast?
Oh my God, I bet it's ridiculous.
They were shooting consistent 1.3-inch groups with a sawed-off barrel.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good for a sawed-off hacksaw
But I bet you a
barrel.
lot of that's in the action and how well the gun is set up. It can't all be barrel length.
No, it's not all barrel length. Barrel, as long as the barrel's made right, barrel length really, it only plays, not only, but mostly plays in on velocity.
Right. Well, it's really just has to do with your dwell and your burn, and that's going to be a part of it. So.
Oh yeah, the more powder you burn in the barrel, the more velocity you get, and the smaller muzzle flash.
Hey, speaking of, since Leah just reminded me of this, we have a Periscope account for Crash and Burn, so follow us on Periscope, Crash and Burn TV. We will have some awesome stuff coming up. Any sort of antics we do when we're out drinking, being stupid. So hit us up. I'm sure we're going to do something this weekend, right, Glenn? You and I said we're doing paperwork Saturday and then going to grab dinner and have beers or something?
Yeah, we got to do.
No, not Saturday.
Okay, there's your answer. I guess not.
You're watching Three Boys, okay? So they can come over.
All right, so you guys are coming over, and there's going to be 3 boys here, and we're going to get hammered. Which means Leah's in charge. I'll make a new sign. Leah's in charge.
Yeah, Leah's in charge.
We'll do science.
We're doing science?
The science of how alcohol affects my blood.
I like it. Sounds good. Can we make s'mores in the stove or something?
We can, and I won't even let you set anything on fire.
All right, so see? I'm safe, Harry.
Excellent.
We could do our drunk science that we talked about doing.
Oh, we are doing drunk science, aren't we?
I was actually going to ask then if Glenn was going to go over, if Leah wanted to come with me and my friend Julie. We're going to an in-studio event at the Rochester City Ballet to watch them do like a rehearsal with their new director, and they're going to do some scenes from the Nutcracker and stuff like that.
Oh, that sounds like way more fun.
And you get a glass of wine.
Boys
that
night
sounds
in.
like
Boys night in with
best.
paperwork and liquor.
Yep, Andy, you coming over too? We're doing drunk science.
Yeah, maybe.
We might need a firefighter there.
Can we have Skylar come over? She's certified babysitter. Then the rest of us could just get drunk.
Yep.
All right. Yes.
She's also smarter than all of us combined.
She's a good bartender also.
Is she?
That's probably even better.
I'm sold. Well, that sounds good. We got the weekend planned already. All right, skip that. Andy, medical.
What? No, I'm buying axes right now. I'm traveling to New York
supposed
City.
to be buying stuff on Amazon. Stop.
Get the Gransford Brooks. It's amazing. They're handfuls.
No. I posted something in Gun Channels.
That's it. I'm going to buy that.
Eric from VF Gun Runners sent me this link, and they're freaking awesome. It's a shop in New York City, and you can go and you can build your own axe.
What the hell, Eric?
I do that.
You got told.
You can come to my house and do that.
No.
I got a couple axe heads. You
gotta check them out. bestmadeco.com. It looks like.
Leah's mad. Sorry, Leah. Do I do it literally every week?
Literally every week.
What do we do?
Sorry, Andy. Shut up, Andy. Tell me about a Viking sword, Leah.
Oh, I'm done.
This is actually really cool. This guy was hiking in Norway along this path. It's been a path for thousands and thousands and thousands of years because Norway has been a country and people have existed there long before anyone else existed anywhere other than Africa and the original man and all that.
Shenanigans.
But anyways, he was hiking and he stumbled on what scientists and archaeologists think is actually a burial site for an ancient Viking, and this guy found his sword, which is really cool. He found a Viking sword.
Oh, not his own sword.
No, not his own sword. I'm sorry, but a Viking sword that is made. It's made out of cast iron. Scroll down.
Forged iron.
Forged iron.
They forge all that.
No, it's not cast. It's forged. But basically, what they deducted from this was that it's probably a burial site. The guy that owned it was probably a rich guy because forged iron was not an easy thing to come about. And basically, this sword is more than 1,200 years old.
1,200 years old.
1,200 years.
No way.
750 A.D. Yeah.
Wow.
And if you look at it, it's not in bad condition. There's like a little chunk taken out of the top of it.
Where can I look at this sword?
It is not at CNN. Just CNN hiker finds sword, I guess.
CNN sword.
But I'm looking at it right now, and it's like
The link on Gun Channel.
It doesn't look that bad. It looks like something you could potentially, stab a guy with now.
Very knifey. But sword.
It's 30 inches long, so it's not it's not huge. It's not your Game of Thrones like broadsword, but it's definitely something that could do some damage. According to CNN, which take CNN, it's CNN. Swords like this are a status symbol. because of the cost of extracting iron, and it probably belonged to a wealthy individual. And this article was just posted today, so I imagine as they do more to excavate this site, which I hope they will learn more about the guy that owned this and how he died and what his life was like. But either way, I think it's a pretty cool thing. It's a whole sword from 1200 years ago.
Glenn, we need to make a sword. We could do it.
I don't think our CNC is big enough for a Glen-sized sword.
Sure it is. We're not talking like a...
What's
like
the
a
table
blade.
length?
We got 50 inches, end to end.
I'd rather forge it.
Okay. We can like get big sledgehammers in a blast furnace and like sing songs while we pound it with hammers.
Yes. I'm in.
We could go to Arc and Flame and do some blacksmithing
Oh
stuff.
yes.
Oh, yeah, we need to go to Arc and Flame and do that.
Isn't that like part of the feats of man, like who can make a less crooked thing?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Well,
A less
yeah.
crooked thing.
Eric just sent me a pretty dope website, bestmadeco.com.
Yeah.
That's the one I was talking about.
Oh, okay. This is
Andy,
sweet.
you don't get credit.
Oh, that's fine. I don't care.
You're just in charge. You don't get credit.
I was doing lumberjacky stuff last year. Remember, Eric?
Mike, do you have an axe?
Yeah, I got my own axe. I
So
bought
now,
it.
so now that Andy has a hatchet, we all have axes.
Oh, I have axes also. I got a
Let's
bunch.
go cut trees down.
I need firewood. We have to go to my farm and get
You
firewood.
need, do you all have suspenders?
Yeah.
I can.
No, I
can
need flannel.
make
We
this
gotta go
happen.
flannel shopping
We
still.
need flannel and suspenders, and we'll be good to go.
All
Is it
right,
okay if I wear my kilt?
Is that part of the official lumberjack off?
Yes.
Okay,
With the
so
sound lumber.
those of you guys still listening, go on to Gun Channels, go on to our Facebook page. We need suggestions for the jack off. The
Lumber jack off.
lumber jack off.
Please.
So we're all gonna get in a circle and we're gonna have a circle lumber jack off.
With a cracker in the middle.
Have you ever watched those like lumberjack contests? They're fucking axing like on their legs and shit.
No,
Like-
Yeah, that's how you do it. You stand on
between
top of
the
the
legs,
log.
not
Get
on
on
the
the
leg.
log and axe it.
Yeah, that's how you do it.
We had the number one jack off for lumber man in the country, right in the town next door to us.
Oh, like the number one lumberjack
Pittsburgh.
off is local?
Yeah, Todd Jarrett. I
Oh,
think
yeah, the
his name
number
was.
one lumberjacker.
Yeah, he's awesome. Lumberjacker.
Jacker offer. Lumberjacker.
The best jacker in the country. Maybe even in the world.
Apparently we need to be on Google because there's a lot of funny stuff going on between VF Gun Runners and Brown Coat Tactical on Google. They keep posting funny stuff. I'm excited. I love those guys. They're good good Instagram buddies. Follow them. Ooh, bourbon. Follow them. VF Gun Runners and Brown Coat Tactical. Two awesome dudes on the Instagrams. All right, Leah, now that we heard about your sword, Andy, tell us about medical stuff.
I like that it's my sword.
All right.
Mine.
We've talked about a few things in our 20-some episodes. I think we talked about CPR not too long ago. And now we'll talk about some airways. I know I see some guys wearing their kits, and in their kits they have airways. They have
Nasophageal.
what? Nose vaginal?
Nasophageal.
Nose.
Nasophageal.
Nasophageal. Nasovaginal.
A Google.
Keep going.
A Google.
Nasal pharyngeal.
A Google.
No, nasopharyngeal airways, which goes in the nose, and the oropharyngeal goes in the mouth.
Yeah,
Right.
but the kits normally have the nose one, right?
Yeah, the kits usually come with the nose because, I don't know why, but because. We'll start with the oropharyngeal, the one that goes in the mouth. It's mainly for an unconscious patient, or it's definitely for a patient with no gag reflex, or a girl with no gag reflex, which is bonus. So the contraindication for putting this in, if the patient is conscious, obviously you're not going to put this one in because he has an airway. If he's conscious, he's breathing, so he's good. If there's a lot of foreign material in his mouth when you're putting this in there, don't just jam it in there. So if you can suction, none of us really have suctions. And
what kind of foreign material are we talking? Like
blood, mucus, tissue,
Other
trauma
bodily
tissue,
fluids.
yeah, vomit. You want to try to get all that
Like
crap. I mean,
there would be like what? Like seriously though, what would be in there? From what? Damage, right?
Yeah.
Or if they're like they threw up in their own mouth or something.
Right. Yeah. If they threw up and they're unconscious and they throw up, they can't really get it out, so it kind of stays in their mouth. And you have grapes stuck in there. You have a lot of foreign material, so it's yummy. Or blood. A lot of blood in there. You'll have to get that out somehow. And then if you carry them, I don't know if you can see this one. I have this nice purple one for all the girls.
That's a mouth one?
That's the mouth one. We'll just call this the mouth one because this isn't any kind of EMT or paramedic class. So the mouth one, it goes up to the lips and there. The way you measure, usually people only carry one size in them, and that's for an adult because what we're doing is mainly for either ourselves. So you want to have one that fits you. In my bag, I want them all to fit me because that's what I want it for first, me, and then for other people second. But to measure these, you measure these from the corner of the mouth or the middle of the mouth to the bone on your chin, or to the corner to the back of the bone. I can put this in even though I'm conscious. Do you want to see it? Yes, Erica,
Yeah.
You do.
Is that because you have no gag
No,
reflex?
because I've had beer. So Erica's putting up her sign now. So the way to put these in, you kind of hook it up first, and like that. And when you put it in, you turn it and push it down. Ready?
Oh my God. You know, if Andy didn't have a beautiful wife, Amy.
So obviously, if you don't have a gag reflex, you can put them right in there.
How deep did it go,
says
Andy?
oral virginurial goes in the trash. Just saying.
It's all the way down, like that.
Oh.
So it hooks the back of the tongue, and it keeps the back of the tongue from resting in the soft tissue in the back, which closes it up when you're unconscious. And the other one is the nasal pharyngeal. This is the one that most guys have in their kit.
Yeah.
You have to lube that one up, don't you?
Yes, you have to lube these up. There's a little bevel, so you can't see the bevel on there. But there's a little bevel on the end, and you want the bevel, depending on which side you put it on, the left or right, you want the bevel facing inside and facing the septum and kind of twist it as it goes down. The contraindications for these is any trauma, any brain trauma, because if you have a hole in there, you don't want it to go straight into the brain, basically. I mean, it's very, very simple. You don't have to make things complicated. If they have head trauma, you don't want to use these. If they get shot and they're unconscious, if you come up to a crash or unconscious, you can slide one of these in. Even if they're not having problems breathing, they might, and you can put these in a conscious person and they won't gag. I mean, I have put these in. I don't think I will put it in tonight because my nose is kind of stuffy and I have lots of boogers. But they won't make you get. But it does go to the back of your tongue, so you can kind of feel it tickling the back of your mouth. So it's not comfortable, but it usually won't make you gag. Won't make the patient throw up. If someone has a bloody nose, I wouldn't put it in.
What about the tongue? Don't they always say that your tongue can block your airway?
Yeah. That's why you're putting in these airways, to keep all the soft tissue, which is the tongue and the back of the throat, all that soft tissue from closing up. That's why you put these in there. And also you want to put the patient or the victim, whatever you want to call it, in a position of comfort. So you want to roll them onto one of their sides, preferably their left side, because things work better when you roll them onto their left side, and just kind of let them do their thing there. Without getting too complicated, just roll them to the left, throw one of these on there, call 911, and get some good help there.
My guy Mike Palumbo from Buffalo suggests that we need to make you a meme now.
Oh, great. I'm sure there's a screen grab of that somewhere, huh?
I'm sure we'll get it somewhere. Leah? What's somebody suggesting for the lumberjack off? Log roll?
A guy on Facebook, Zach Morissette,
Okay.
suggested that we do the log rolling, which I'm pretty sure what that is
it's on like a river and shit.
Yeah, you float a log on water and you try and spin it with your feet.
Oh, yes.
Like a little rabbit.
It's like were you two guys on one log and you knock the other one off?
I have two of those.
No.
Can we fight with
Wait,
helical stick?
no, we can do that in the pool at the YMCA. The Y has those logs, and we can do that in the pool at YMCA.
I'm hungry.
So when we're scuba diving, maybe we can do it.
That's right. We still got Erica. You got a message. Are you for scuba?
How?
We'll get that
Smoke
to you.
signals? What?
No. All right, we'll get that to you. Any questions on the airways, guys?
I'm sure Mike Ann's listening. So Mike, get the email over to Erica again. I totally lost it somewhere. It's like, are you for scuba at Gmail?
I'm not going to email some random person.
Are you for scuba, Rochester?
I have no other questions about airways.
Thank you, Eric.
Andy, I had a question. You said something about sizes.
Yeah.
So, is there different sizes, and what do I use them for?
Bigger people and smaller people.
So what size should I have?
Bigger.
For you,
just
measure
get a garden hose.
the tip of the garden hose. The tip of your nose, basically the length. So the tip of the nose, but to your earlobe is your preferred length. And you don't have to put them all the way in. You can like measure it and put a mark on or a piece of tape on it and just put it in that far. So you can get a bigger one, keep it in your bag or your kit, and you can use it for other people. But
So you can use a big one on little people.
you can. What is he, like 42 inches from nose to nose?
He's measuring my
8 inches.
8 inches. Mine, I don't know. 28 French,
28 Frenchman?
millimeters.
I didn't know.
21 centimeters. A little less than 21
Yeah,
centimeters.
he's a big boy. He gets a big airway.
Thanks. Thanks for tapping me on the head.
You're welcome. It's out of love.
All right. I'm announcing it right now.
Announcing what?
I hereby challenge everybody to Movember.
Oh, November.
No.
On the website right now, we can sign up right now, and we're going to create a crash and burn team. For anybody that wants to sign up for Movember, we're going to raise. Shut up, Larry. We're going to raise money for it, and we're all going to grow some sweet stashes.
Oh, yeah.
If Max is saying no right now.
Yeah.
Mustaches.
Max is smart.
Yeah, we're gonna go get straight razor shaved like the first
Yeah,
few
I'm going
months.
to get straight razor shaved first.
Yeah,
And
there
then
were a
we'll-
couple nice suggestions on Facebook where to go.
Yeah, well, there's that Danda DeVille that she actually posted on there, and a bunch of my friends have actually been there. So let's go try there.
Yeah. Cool.
All right.
Yeah, we'll get straight razors. So we start from a clean slate. You can grow
Andy,
the
Eric
best one.
from VF Gun Runners wants to know: can you use a finger to open airways?
Oh, yeah.
He
Yeah,
said
if that's all you got, and we're just there, and they need an airway, I would use my finger. If they bite on it and they're conscious, oh well, you got 9 more.
What about the turn on the side thing? You're supposed to put a dude on the side or no?
Yes. Put the dude on the side.
Put the dude on the side.
Yep.
But my wiener dog yelling at me at the door?
Your wiener dog's crying.
Yeah, hang on.
His wiener's acting up.
Come on, wiener dog. Hi. Oh, look, there's my wiener. All right, wiener's back. I got the wiener on.
Wiener's a little blue.
He is. He's got his diaper on right now, so he doesn't pee on stuff. Feels kind of wet though.
No, Brown Coat says that we should keep our mustaches in army reg. I can't do that.
What's that?
Corners of the lip. It ends
No,
up
you're
looking like
right.
Hitler's.
No,
stash.
listen. This is the 1 month in the whole year that I'm allowed for my work. I'm allowed to go past the corner of my mouth because we have a regulation at work.
Really?
Yeah, they took it right from the military regs. But this is the 1 month that they kind of relax that, and we can kind of go a little bit farther. So yeah, I'm in.
All I grow is like a dirty Sanchez. That's the best I can get out of it.
I don't know. I got to decide how far I'm gonna go with it because I could do whatever I wanted.
Hey, can you mean? I'm Glenn. I'm big. I got big hair on my lip. I haven't had a clean shave.
What are we doing?
Military since the Marine Corps. I shaved twice since I got out.
Hey, Glenn, tell me about this Rochester gun buyback. Somebody posted on my page today.
So I got home and Leah was actually telling me about it. So I found the 13 Wham news story about it.
Yeah.
Basically in response, it's actually the New York State. It's a statewide program. They just started it back up in response to all the stuff that's been in the news. But on November
$100 Wegmans card.
Yep. So November 7th at was it? You get $100 for any working handgun or assault rifle, and $50 for any working long gun, as defined by police, which I'm not sure.
Can I do a desk pop right there to make sure it works?
You just set one off.
Yeah, man, it works.
And you can only get up to $300 of gift cards. It's part of their effort to remove illegal guns from the streets, and there's the usual quotes about gun violence plaguing our cities and all this and that. It'll be from noon to 5 at the Miracle Deliverance Faith Center.
Can we go hang out there and Periscope it?
No, we should go and buy guns as people walk up.
I actually have 2 old crappy shotguns I think I'm going to go turn in.
Womp womp.
Well, do you want a bolt-action Savage 12 gauge that only shoots 2.5-inch shells?
Yes.
They don't barely even make 2.5-inch shells anymore.
You're a gunsmith. Make it shoot 2 1/4. 3 1/4. 2 3/4.
It has a Bakelite stock.
Really?
How many prediction? How many guns do you think they're gonna get?
They'll get it.
100.
They'll get a couple hundred.
No, really? You think that many?
Last time they did it in Rochester, they got 350.
Now, what's the legality of going there and holding up a sign saying we'll pay top dollar for your guns?
In New York State, if you don't have an FFL, it's illegal.
I just said, what if we go there and we pull up a sign saying we'll buy your guns?
As far as if I remember correctly, we would have to convince those people to come back to our shop because we have to do the buy at our actual shop.
I'd say, hey, what do you got there? And if they're showing us their
someone walks up with an
1912, 1911 pistol, I'll say, yeah, we'll give you $100 cash instead of a gift card.
But no, I wanted to talk about this. I wanted to bring this up because I actually think gun buybacks are not a terrible thing. I know, hold your breath. I don't think they accomplish what they say gun buybacks accomplish. I think using gun buybacks as an effective way to get rid of illegal guns is not true. But
why don't they just arrest them on the spot?
Well, yeah. Well, this is my thought on gun buybacks. There are a lot of old people whose husband died, little old ladies, their husband died 10 years ago, and he left a .22 in the closet, and she has no idea what to do with it. Right. And it's a J.C. Higgins, and it's missing the magazine, and it's all rusty, and no gun shop wants it. That's what gun buybacks should be for. That little lady needs a way to get rid of that gun safely and legally. For us to sit around and pretend that, like, gangbangers are going to drop off their handguns that they can get $400 for on the street out of the trunk of their car for a $50 gift card. That's not going to happen. Yeah. But on the flip side, we need to have a mechanism for little old ladies to get rid of the old .22 or a bolt-action Savage from the 20s that nobody wants.
Yeah. I hear you.
So I think they do serve a purpose, but the stated purpose, the reason that we do these is not what they're accomplishing.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because I mean, Andy, I'm sure you've seen it, but people come and they have just junk old guns that nobody wants. They're not worth $35. We need a mechanism for people to get rid of those guns legally. Not that they're going to end up in crimes, but just to be responsible with them.
Yeah.
So that's kind of
what a lot of people turn them in to the police. A lot of older people will just turn them in.
Yeah, they turn them in, but to have an event where they can go and it's a lot more. It's in the news. People think about it. So, but that's kind of where my thought on gun buybacks is. No, they don't prevent crime. They don't do any of that kind of stuff. But there is a purpose for them in the world, I think.
I think they have gotten some firearms that have been used in crimes. They have, at least they do say that.
Really?
They have, yeah.
I mean, they always will. And the saddest part about them is that they're not smart about it. A lot of these cities have like zero tolerance. Every gun that comes in is going to get crushed, kind of things. Sometimes people turn in guns that deserve to live. There was a few years ago, I remember reading a story out of New Jersey where a little old lady brought in an STG-44, which, if anybody's familiar with that, that's the world's first military actual assault rifle. It's a piece of history, and it really should have been in a museum.
Yeah, it's going to get destroyed.
Luckily, in that case, the state stepped in and actually decommissioned the rifle and put it in a museum. But there should be a mechanism for us to get rid of guns like that, or not like that, but like cheap, shitty guns that we need to get rid of.
Yeah. I think I don't think gun buybacks really work as far as like what they're intended to be done. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So it is what it is. For Tech Corner this week, I think I want to talk about the new Star Wars trailer that crashed the internet. Did you? Ari and I watched it the other night, and they've sold more tickets in the movie, like already, and it's already like surpassed the most amount of pre-sale tickets ever.
It's gonna be so freaking huge.
Yeah, but there's no way I'm going to see it opening night. I don't need to be there.
No, Glenn and I were talking about it.
There's too many people.
Way too many.
I don't want to watch it with a bunch of stormtroopers. As much as I kind of, like, deep down, I want to dress
I'm
up like...
surprised they'll be there, because TK451's never at his fucking post.
That was a deep joke.
Was that a really deep, dorky joke?
That was deep, but I got it.
All right, sorry. Sorry, everyone who thinks I'm actually cool, and thank you everybody who thinks I'm not.
Yeah, you blew any cool you had on the internet.
All my creds are gone.
Yeah. No, but I'll go see it. Probably.
What the hell, Eric? Side Dude Monday? Is this Andy's Side Dude Monday?
What?
I don't know. Eric says you have Side Dude Monday. Oh, and he's turning in his Nerf guns.
Oh, it has to be a working firearm, but the police have to determine it's working. I'm not sure.
How are they gonna? None of them are gunsmiths.
Exactly. I don't know. We'll
if
see.
they pull the trigger and the hammer falls, then yeah.
That's as far as they're gonna take it.
Yeah.
Leah wanted me to talk about. Actually, in Arizona, they passed a law in the state. They do gun buybacks all the time in Arizona, which is a lot of people don't expect that for being a really gun-friendly state.
Right.
But there's a law in Arizona that they have to test every gun for if it was used in a crime. If it was used in a crime, they keep it for evidence in case it ever comes up.
Mm-hmm.
And then if it wasn't and it's a quality firearm, they sell it and put money back into the state's coffers with it. If it's junk, they destroy it.
Okay.
So
it's not a bad idea, I suppose, if they're actually using it correctly, you know?
Mm-hmm. So they contract with a bunch of dealers, and they actually sell them through dealers with the whole standard background check and everything.
Did Mike fall asleep?
No, I'm here. I was zoning out for a second there.
Amazon?
But no, I closed Amazon. But there's a really, really sweet animation of a black hole eating a star. That's what happens when you go on The Verge. There's some cool stuff. Andy, what's Drone Defender?
Drone Defender. Let me pull up that link here. Drone Defender. Battle Drone Defender. It's directed energy unmanned aircraft system countermeasures. What?
Oh, so like against any drone, or like like a Phantom?
Any drone that uses remote control or GPS navigation, and is in the. They're not saying how far away it has to be. I mean, it can't be 10,000 feet up. I think
Right.
it has to be visual. I think they're talking like, oh yeah, my 100 foot up there, I'm flying my little drone. It says 400 meters.
So it's like a drone jammer.
Yeah, it just
So it jams the signal
it
basically.
jams a signal and the thing will fall out of the sky. It's not for sale yet. They have to. The FCC is trying to determine rules for that.
What happens if you aim it at an airplane?
Flank them down?
Yeah.
Oh.
But man,
'Cause-
wouldn't this be a great job? A good company to start?
Because I could see one of those idiots flying a drone around the airport, because you've seen in the news all those drones near airplanes, and then somebody else being like, "Oh, I'm going to help the
The
airplane,"
drone hunters, yeah.
and like shooting the drone with this beam weapon that's also going to nail an airplane.
Take out the FedEx plane coming in. Yeah, that's why they're working the bugs out of it right now. But it's kind of cool. The video is terrible. It just shows someone landing a drone.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's funny.
It's innovative, cost-effective technology, blah, blah, blah.
Does it cost effective? How much does it cost?
It has they're not announcing it. It's just very, very sketchy right now. It's probably vaporware, but I'm sure eventually, I'm sure the military's got something like that right now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, if they can jam like cell phones and satellite dishes and stuff, they can probably jam drones.
It's got a Picatinny rail mounted on top.
It's tactical. Can you put a laser sight on it?
Gotta have a laser sight.
Yeah.
Well, if it's got a Picatinny, you can put one of those laser light flashlight combos.
You got to put night vision, laser, infrared, all the good stuff on there.
Well, if you're going to hit drones at night, you have to have infrared.
All right. Well, cool.
Can I talk about the CIA for 1 second?
Yeah. Hurry up. I gotta.
Tinfoil hats on.
All right. First of all, what the fuck does the CIA director have an AOL account for? AOL. Who has AOL?
I was going to say,
know
who-
more about
They're
technology.
chatting.
Yeah, but nobody has AOL.
maybe he had an AOL because he assumed that nobody would ever think that anybody had an AOL, so they would never look there.
That's true.
Do they communicate on MySpace?
That's probably how the CIA
We don't
interacts
need
with
to encrypt
PLA
this. We're on
agents.
MySpace. There's no encryption on MySpace.
Nobody, even ISIS doesn't look at MySpace.
What is this MySpace? I don't know. Yeah, so some kid said, or no, he did hack into the director of CIA's, took a whole bunch of documents, and some of them were kind of sketchy documents that shouldn't be out there. And this kid's like, yeah, I did that, and I'm going to do more. They're still looking for the kid.
I saw.
He even like
WikiLeaks
called out
published
his
some
next
stuff.
one. What's that?
Yeah. WikiLeaks published some documents I saw.
Yeah, probably.
Remember when, Glenn? Remember when Hillary blamed WikiLeaks today?
Oh yeah, that was pretty great.
We were like, what? That was funny.
But who should I be or not be selling a gun to, Andy?
Well, don't sell it to someone who's going to give it to someone else who's going to shoot a cop, or you owe $5 million.
Oh, you're talking about that shop.
There's two different cases going on right now. They said it was definitely a straw purchase, and the cops were awarded $5 million in damages. It's an appeal right now, but I don't know the whole story. I just read the story, and Badger Guns sound like a couple douchebags. Just from what this says, I don't know if they are or not, but there's another company down here. Their daughter had some mental problems, and she tried to commit suicide. So she went and bought a gun, a High Point, I think it was, and from Odessa Gun and Pawn, and she ended up giving the gun to her parents and didn't commit suicide with it. So the parents called this place and said, listen, this is her name, social security number, this is what she looks like, this is all her information. She just bought a gun from you. She says she's going to buy another one. Please don't sell her a gun. So she goes back in a couple days, buys another gun. They sold it to her. She goes home, shoots her father, and calls her mother and says, "I just killed Dad." So should they have sold that gun to her?
Yeah.
I mean, she walks in, she passes everything, all the background, everything needed there.
Absolutely not. They shouldn't have sold that gun.
No shit, they shouldn't have sold that gun.
This is actually really timely. This week I had a similar situation go. Another gun shop called us and said, "Hey, this person came in. They were with a group of people. The guys looked at the gun. The two guys were looking at guns, picking them out. As soon as they kind of narrowed in on a gun, the girl asked to see it, and she said she's going to buy it. It was pretty clearly, obviously, for them, not for her. Because when she put it up to her shoulder, she put it up like a bazooka. That's exactly what the salesman told me. So he calls me, just gives me a heads up. Hey, they might be headed your way. We're less than a quarter mile away from this other gun shop. And the gun shop goes, they actually ended up coming in about a half hour later, asking to see the exact same gun. And they, in our store, they didn't act sketchy. They acted like she wanted the gun and everything, but I had previous knowledge, so there was no way I was going to sell that gun. Got her to come back the next day, and she never actually did come back, but there was no way we were going to sell it. I told all their salesmen, so it's just, if you have knowledge like that, you don't sell that gun.
Yeah, I think if it's your job, I really think it's your responsibility to go the extra step. And, I mean, you're not denying people. You're just...
let me break in here for a second. Yeah. It is hard as a business owner to really play the line of, all right, well, I need the money. I want to make this sale. It's different when you're just working at a shop. But when you're like, I need the money, I want to make this sale. But at the same time, it's like you're the final line of defense of protection. You know what I mean? Without mentioning any names, we've had weird people in our shop. I mean, I called Glenn in the other day because I was like, this is odd, Mm-hmm. And it's like, you don't want to say no, but at the same time, you're like, this is just weird, But that's my 2 cents. It's a tough line to play.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, this one shop just got fined $5 million.
Yeah, I really wish, and honestly, like, part of every gun control argument out there, my biggest argument is fix the current NICS system. Don't put it on the gun shop. Don't put it on the people to just make a final determination. We need some sort of better information out there that helps us.
Yeah, we do. I've been selling guns going on 5 years, and I've done plenty of denials. Sometimes it's just it's a bad feeling in your gut. Like you said, that guy the other couple weeks ago when you called me in, he was just not. I wouldn't have sold him a gun. He just did not give off the right vibe. He was
it's a vibe.
He was answering questions in weird ways, and the wife was being kind of weird about it too. So
yeah, it is. It's our like I said, we're the final defense, I suppose. So. Going back a few seconds here to AOL, Andy, Mike Palumbo sent me a link that 2 million people still pay for AOL dial-up.
Wow.
Dial-up. Dial-up.
Oh, I knew that.
That's ridiculous.
No. When I worked for a college website when we lived in Arizona, and we used to get the statistics every week on who was going to the website. And in places like the middle of nowhere, Arizona, basically that whole part of the country where there aren't any little lights on maps, they all still have dial-up.
I guess that makes sense.
High speed isn't even offered there, so that's
no, it's not an option. A lot of them actually still use satellite.
Yeah, satellite seems to be a better option than dial-up.
Oh, absolutely, but there are a lot of elderly people that don't. Yeah.
I mean, Andy, how many times at our other job do you get guys that are like, I don't own a computer, I don't know how to use that.
yeah. Well, the 44, yeah. I don't know that.
I do that 4473 on paper because I don't know how to use a computer, and literally it is click in this box, type in your name, click in a box. It's not anything complicated.
Yeah, you ask them to use a computer, you see them start sweating right away. They're like, oh.
All right. Well, I know this is going to be funny, but we're all going to laugh, so let's all hear it.
You know what really grinds my gears?
All right. What do we got for
You know what
tonight?
really grinds my gears?
Shh, be quiet.
You know what really grinds my gears?
Everybody listen.
When I write in the fucking show notes not to make me talk because it fucking hurts. And then you go, hey, we're still gonna do the fucking segment. Fuck you, you have laryngitis.
Harry, I'm so sorry, but that is just hilarious.
I feel your pain, but America's
Please don't.
but America's
America wants to know.
That's what grinds my gears. That's it.
Shut up, Erica. It's the only time you can yell at her. She can't really yell back at you.
No, she can't.
Come on, whisper back at me.
Don't make me whisper yell at you.
Whisper yell at you.
Are the kids like running around saying, we don't have to listen to Mom now because she can't yell at us?
They
Probably.
think it's hilarious. They have been asking me questions all day. And then they'll just be like, what? Assholes.
I can't hear you, Mom. Oh, that's funny.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm fat.
Wrong button.
I'm sorry. I'm back on Realm of Darkness. Shit.
What's your YouTube video this week, Mike?
My YouTube video? I'm going to play this one that I just found. A massive black hole shreds passing star. Check this out.
CGI.
It's definitely CGI, but it's probably pretty badass.
I got a good video.
Can you guys see this?
Yep.
All right, here we go.
Yes. I can see it.
Can you see it? Oh, look at that. You can see that black hole there, the sneaky fuck. Look at it. I'm going to eat a
Where?
star.
Oh, yeah, I see him now.
Oh, here comes just. Oh, man.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
That's sucking that star right in there.
Think that really happens?
I don't know. Pretty cool animation, though.
I don't think that blue pulse.
I don't
Well,
think that
maybe.
actually happens. This looks like a video game. That's it? That's all you do? Wait, there's more. NASA.
Yeah, Mike, that was kind of lame.
It was. Yeah, shut up, NASA. You don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know. NASA has a pretty sweet Instagram.
That's true, they do.
All right, I got a video.
Okay.
Yes. Where'd they go? All right, the website is russiaworks.ru. That's in Russia, by the way.
Is this a porn site?
No, this
Are
is
they allowed to have porn in Russia?
this is the
Only if it
coolest
glorifies the state.
drone footage of the Syrian army.
Really?
Up on
They're all making
fighting terrorist positions, which is probably U.S. positions because we're supporting
Did you forget to mute
the other side. But anyway, if you go to this website, it's all in
Wait, I
Russian.
gotta stop you for one sec because this is awesome. Brown Coat Tactical is going to make us some Brown Coat Jacktical suspenders for the
Jackticals?
lumberjack.
Yes!
Yes.
Yes. We're going to have Brown Coat Tactical suspenders. This is epic.
Perfect.
Okay, continue.
So if you go to this website or just go on this YouTube channel that I threw up on gun channels, and I'm sure someone, Leah, can throw it up on the Facebook site. But yeah, he's got some great. It's amazing. It looks incredible. The drone footage, best I've ever seen. And Syria looks like just a blown up pile of shit. And you'll see with this footage why everybody's leaving that country.
Okay, let's see it.
Am I playing it or are you playing it?
You're playing it.
Well, I'm just seeing your
You're
face.
presenting right now. I just see your face.
Can you
I'm not
turn-
presenting, am I?
Yeah, you're presenting. I made you presenter.
Yeah, but I gotta do this.
Do what?
Andy's in charge. There's like 50 screens.
All right, you see it?
Yeah.
It looks like my neighborhood.
Look at that.
That actually looks a lot like Iraq.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it all looks the same, but I mean, this is total, just devastated. The whole city. Look at that.
That's in Syria, or that's in Russia or Syria?
Syria. No, Syria. It's Russian troops bombing the troops that we're supporting.
Their drones have nice cameras.
Yeah.
It's the same drone you have, Mike.
Oh, it's a Phantom?
Yep.
Is it really?
Yep.
Is it the Russian army using it?
No, it's the site that I gave you, the Russian Works, is like
a media site for Russia?
It's a media site.
Oh, okay.
Check out these tanks. Isn't that freaking awesome?
It's like an old T-72. I kind of want a drone.
I tried to watch some of their other videos. They do a lot of commentary, too, in Russian. All right, so they got a bunch of videos. You got to check those out.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Drone videos are cool. Hey, Erica, do you want to talk more?
No. Oh, no. No.
You want to talk, Eric?
No. Oh, no. Doggy out.
What?
No. Doggy out.
Doggy how?
Come get, bitch.
How do I stop presenting, Mike?
I gotta stop you presenting.
Thank you.
Oh, that's funny. All right, well, you know. Oh, I clicked on stuff I shouldn't have been clicking on.
Porn.
Maybe.
So I have a question for Browncoat Tactical.
Yeah.
Since I'm watching tonight. Is their name a reference to Serenity, the TV show?
Yes, duh.
I hope so.
You mean the movie?
No.
Oh, yes, the TV show.
Firefly,
the TV show.
Firefly. Serenity is the movie.
Yeah, Serenity is the movie.
10 years ago last weekend, by the way.
You know,
Really?
I never watched Firefly, but I love the movie Serenity.
Then
But
you need to
I
watch
like it.
Firefly.
No.
Hulu, Amazon, do it.
Is it good?
Oh my God, it's incredible.
It's
The
amazing.
best.
Okay.
With your super deep Star Wars joke, you'll appreciate it.
Okay. I like deep.
Plus, actually, really, the guns in the show are actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
They're all like real guns that have been dressed up, but they're pretty cool.
Really?
Yeah. Yes, it is. It is a Firefly reference.
That's awesome. Well, we got a good group of viewers tonight. I really appreciate it. I think we need to end the show because I'm going to pee my pants.
I believe I saw their stickers made by Stick No Evil, didn't they?
Oh, I actually made a Woody for Brown Coat. I think it's still sitting over by the laser engraver.
Yeah, it's over there. I keep seeing it, and that's actually what maybe was wondering if it was a reference to the show.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Boom.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Hey, Gillian!
These are the best.
All right, if no one's doing anything this Saturday in the Western New York or Pennsylvania, Ohio, any kind of a region, we're doing a veterans benefit shoot at Ontario Rod and Gun Club. They're doing a rifle, a long-range seminar, and they're doing a shotgun, all weapons, and ammunition is provided with the entry fees.
How much is it?
I think it's $75.
It's not bad. It includes your ammo.
Lunch, ammo, yeah, everything.
Yeah, that's cool.
And 100% goes to the Veterans Association in Rochester, New York.
Nice. When's that ruck run that you're gonna do?
That one is on Mike's birthday.
The 7th.
Yeah.
So make sure you guys send me videos because I'll
So
be
we
there
gotta do
by myself.
ruck run then the gun buyback, and then maybe go to Mike's birthday party.
No, I'm doing the ruck, and then we're definitely going to Mike's birthday party.
Buyback.
No buybacks. Yeah, if anyone wants to ruck with us, it's a 14-mile ruck with weights. You can choose between, I think it's like 20 and 100 pounds, how cool you are.
Well, this weekend we've decided that Glenn and I are having a man night in with all the boys, and we're going to get hammered and maybe act like adults, but probably not. We'll let the kids kind of run the roost. Hopefully Andy will come over, or Skylar, to make sure somebody's in charge.
We got a good game on Xbox that we can play?
Yeah, we probably could do. We could just play board games and get drunk or something.
Ooh, board games. I love board games.
We could play Cards Against Humanity. It's my fave.
With the kids?
Maybe not. Probably not. I mean, why not?
Nash will play.
Nash should probably win.
Yeah.
Nash is my 13-year-old boy. All right. My beer's empty.
Yep. Is it time to go? Well, thank you again to our sponsors, Keybar.us, Cantu Bruner Designs, and 1776 United. I've already had somebody tell me they want to buy my hat just because I look so awesome in this hat. So, just saying. Next week's show, the guest is from Always Outnumbered. I'm sure you've seen their awesome patches on Instagram. We have Brandon and Vanna coming on next week. They are great followers of the show, and they're going to be awesome, and they're funny.
They're geeky also.
They are geeky, so they'll have a good time and everything. I'm excited for them. So we got a lot of good upcoming weeks. Send us your ideas for the lumberjack off, and make sure you guys tell everybody that you love our show and to follow us and to. Right,
good sentence. I really like the way you finished that one.
Yeah. Sign up on here. Hey, I'm giving you guys all a mission. Go sign up on Spreaker. All you got to do is sign up, click follow on Crash and Burn. When we reach a certain amount, we're going to submit the show to iHeartRadio, and that will be awesome. It'll be a big help for us. So thank you again, everybody, for watching the show. And Andy, Glenn, you got anything to add?
Nope, nothing.
You guys are no help. Andy, got anything to add?
No, I don't, sir. Thank you.
We're all going to grow mustaches next month.
Oh yeah, I'll go create a team. So anybody else that wants to grow a mustache with us, I'll put the link, or Leo will put the link up for our team. Join our team, and we will. Yeah. So shout out to VF Gun Runners and Brown Coat Tactical. Check out those guys.
Where does that money go to? Ass cancer? Men's something?
Upper lip cancer.
Yeah. No.
You can't grow mustaches.
Ass cancer.
Yeah. What's the thing in your butt?
Your colon?
Glenn's dick.
Wow.
Wow. That was Your mom's watching.
My mom watches.
Sorry, Mom.
Sorry, Glenn's mom.
It's not Glenn's. It's not Glenn's. Never mind.
It never stops being funny.
No, seriously, what's that thing you get cancer in your butt?
Colon.
It's your colon.
Oh, prostate. There you go.
Prostate.
Prostate cancer. So yeah.
Can we call it the stash dash?
Dash?
Yeah.
I don't know what that is, but sure.
Well, it's the dashing to the best stash.
Okay.
Do you remember what you called me when
rhymes
I had my
mostly.
mustache?
Me?
Yeah.
Pedo Andy?
Pocket
No.
rocket?
You don't remember the name that you called me?
No,
Ron
like-
Jeremy? No. it
Ron
wasn't
Jeremy, yes. Oh, that's good.
All right. I'm out.
Why?
We're done.
Are we?
Yeah.
I'll be right back, okay?
Is that you, Andy?
That was me.
I almost didn't recognize you with all your clothes on.
All right. Goodbye, everyone. Thank you for listening tonight. We'll catch you all next week.
America.
Good night. Dick cancer, anal cancer.
Are they?
Yes, Eric, we can Skype you in, just audio.
You're under arrest. Who is your daddy and what does he do?
No, I'm not.
Get out!
Hey, Andy.
Yeah.
Oh.